guys, this is Jack T here, and today we're in my friend's BMW 128i. It has a couple of mods done to it. First things first, it has a muffler delete that are connected to quad tips. That makes it really fun to drive. Even though it doesn't have too much power, it's very fun to just throw it into the higher RPMs and just watch as the engine screams down the road. It used to have a resonator delete done to it too, but then he got pulled over and got a ticket for it, so he put it back to just muffler deletes because it was too loud. It's a very fun car to drive in a lot of ways, just because of the fact that it feels very Japanese in a lot of ways. Like, for example, me and him always joke about the fact that he wasn't able to buy a JDM car as his first car, so he made his German car into a JDM car. He has BBS rep. There he is. He has BBS rep wheels on it, and he has a couple of other things, like he has H&R Sport springs on it, which is just make the car ride height a little lower. He has an AR Performance lip that he messed up, so then he went ahead and just made himself a lip, which I also want to get on my car, which I'm hoping works out very well. Honestly, it's a very different car. Not a lot of people buy 128s and respect them for what they are, just because of the fact that in a lot of ways it's kind of like just a family car, but it's a coupe. So that way he kind of went ahead and just made it into his own personal race car. He would always joke about the fact that he has a race car, and I remember one time when he visited me at school, I just heard pops and pops raging down the street. I'm like, oh my god, what is that? Nowadays, he's probably going to get rid of it soon and trade it in for a WRX. He's always been kind of a Japanese car person, so the fact that he had to kind of stick with a BMW because his dad made him kind of sucks. But the fact that he loved this car so much, he kind of really made it into something unique. He calls it the 135 low JK on Instagram, just because it looks like a 135. It has quad tips in the back. It's loud as hell with the 1M bumper and everything. But the whole time, it's actually just a 128 with a couple of slight mods done to it. In all honesty, guys, this is a car that I would definitely drive. I don't know if I would pick it over my Mustang, but the fact that it's a stick shift really makes it something that's appealing to me. And the fact that it's so loud and it's made to look like a race car and feel like a race car is very cool. It's a very fun car, and honestly, if you guys ever have to get a car like he did where you don't particularly want or love, then you just got to make the most of it. As I always say, embrace what you got. Embrace the 6, and in this case, he embraced the 128 and made it into something really unique. Anytime he's anywhere around me, I automatically recognize this car, just because it really is something different. It's a car that not a lot of people have, and a car that not a lot of people do the things that he's done to it. He spent a lot of money in it, but since it is a used BMW, it does have a couple problems, so he's gonna get rid of it soon. He's probably thinking to get a WRX. Alright guys, so we switched seats, and my friend Danny is actually gonna be driving his own car now. Honestly, I kind of wanted to switch seats so that you guys can get his opinion on it. I talked about how he really wanted a Japanese car, and he made this car into his own Japanese German car. He's a lot better at driving stick shift, which is why it's not going to be as rocky, the footage, but I'm still holding the camera, so let's hope that this turns out good. So Danny, tell us a little bit about the car and what you've done to it. I know I kind of went through a run through of it, but let's see what you've done.
Okay, first of all, are we even allowed to go? I don't think we're allowed to go this way. Whatever.
Well, Danny, we're not allowed to do a lot of the things that we do, but...
That is true. Okay. First things first, probably the most iconic, not iconic, but the thing that everyone knows it's my car is probably, it will be the combination of the 1M bumper, the homemade lip that I made, the BBS wheels. That's probably about it. I also have N54 taillights, a carbon fiber rear lip, M-Tech rear bumper from a 135 with quad exits, muffler delete, custom made with quad tips. It's not a Y pipe, it's this weird design because the car has like this weird box underneath the car. As I said before, the 1M bumper. What else is there? H&R Sport springs. That's probably
about it, huh?
That's probably about it, but there's some maintenance stuff that I had to do. We changed the fuel pump, the fuel filter, the starter. What else did we change? There's one more thing I'm missing. Oh, and the clutch and the flywheel.
Yeah, the car's had a lot of problems here and there,
Yeah,
so there's
and
a lot of maintenance.
Yeah,
That's kind of one of the things about buying a used German car. While it is cheap as a sticker price, it's not cheap to maintain. So always keep that in mind if you're buying a used car, especially if that car is a used German car.
Yeah. And we actually ran into a problem right before we started shooting. My fucking belt, the fucking loud ass ticking noise.
Yeah, his car was making a ticking noise when we were doing just the edit of the thing and we were moving it from front and back. And we open up the hood and we see that the belt is like partially ripped and it just keeps hitting it. You could hear a couple. This car makes all kinds of weird sounds, so you never know exactly what it is that's making the sound. But it is a fun car to have. It's a fun car to drive for sure. It doesn't drone much in here though, huh? How about with the resonator delay? Would it drone with the resonator delay, or would it just pop more?
It wouldn't really drone, because the things with this car is it has this weird wave of sound. From 1,000 to 3,000 it gets loud. From 3,000 to 5,000 it gets quiet again. Then from 5,000 to red line it gets loud again. It's like this weird retarded system. So it depends where you are if it will be loud or it will be quiet. Yeah.
Alright guys, I think we're just about to wrap up this car review. It was the first car review on the channel, so I hope you guys liked it. We were gonna review my friend's Toyota MR2 today, which has a rebuilt engine and everything, but we didn't really get to because it got kind of dark kind of quickly. So we'll probably review that in the near future. If you guys did like the review, please leave a comment below, leave a thumbs up, and subscribe for more. This has been Jack T. I'll see you guys on the next video.